It's a very important principle about these zappers because a lot of you are using zappers. How many people here are using zappers? That's a lot. What you're going to find out is initially it's going to burn you. You have to move it around. It'll burn you. You move it around. As your pH normalizes, as you ground yourself, as you eat better, as you get the die-off out, it gets easier and easier to wear it longer. Now I can wear it 24 hours, 7 days a week, and it will never burn me. I can even put it on my face like that, and it does not burn me. Now, after a while of doing it on your face, you're going to be like, ooh, ah, ooh, okay.
And Dave, just to clarify, you wouldn't put it on your face with metal in your mouth?
Well, okay, I would say this. I wouldn't put it in with mercury in my mouth. I would put it in with, let's say you had gold, because gold is diamagnetic. It's diamagnetic. There's a very interesting difference between something that's paramagnetic, mercury, and something that's diamagnetic, gold. And there's a great book written called Paramagnetism by Philip Callahan that you should read.
And just to clarify, Dave, about why you'd want to put it on your face?
Well, this is something I've been talking to you all about. And let's say you're driving down the road. You have a little bit of like a little toothache or something, just like that. Let's say you have a little bit of a problem underneath your gum. You can't get anything to it. You can't get neem oil into it. Nothing can get there. An electrical current can get there. Let's say you have a problem in your sinus. There's no vascularization. There's no way to get blood flow in there, no way to get any nutrients in there, no way to actually get that infection out there, except I didn't say it, you didn't see it, we never heard about it. Don't tell anyone. It's so silly, it's so simple and ridiculous that that's exactly why it works. That's the world that we live in. It's the cosmic giggle in action. Won't react to titanium. The reason why titanium is actually in, if you have a post or something that's titanium, is it's so intensely inert. That's why like this silverware that we've been looking at, the stainless steel T, 316T, which means titanium, because it's completely inert. And that's kind of, one of these issues because some of us have, we got metal in our mouth, we've got a piece of, whatever, something in our jaw, whatever it is. Can this help you? You bet it can help you a lot. And it's so simple, and all it takes is a few minutes like that. Get a little infection in your eye like this, right there. That one you can't, if you're driving down the road, you don't want somebody next to you looking at you. Question over here. Can children use it? Yes. Can animals use it? Yes. Can you put it on your cat? Yes. Can you put it on your dog? Yes.
Will it conduct through cat's fur?
Yes, it will. Fur? It will conduct through cat and dog fur. Do we have Don Croft here?
He's right there. Come on up, Don.
All right.
Don, we see you. Come on, Don.
Good. How you doing, Carol? Good to see you. Excellent. All right. All right, Don Croft. Long time no see. How you been? All right. Now, hunting through the internet, obviously being a researcher of these things, I'd used Zappers before and really one day was very, very happy to see that someone had kind of taken the original idea and advanced it. So I picked up one of Don Croft's Zappers, the Terminator 2, off the internet. It's about 3.5 years ago. And I started playing around with it, and I started going, oh, this is something different. This is something different. Don, tell us a little bit about how you got into zapping, how the whole thing came about, and what it's done for you.
Well, 1995, I got sickened by a chemtrail in San Bernardino. I stayed sick for about 6 months. I got a zapper in April 96. All those symptoms went away in one day, plus my depression went away. I've been depressed all my life. And I believe it was because it killed the brain parasites with that one zapping session. And people don't get depressed when they have a zapper, unless they've been programmed to be depressed. And I don't see a lot of those. But so I started making them, and I started forcing sick people to use it. I'm not that way. I'm a beta personality, but I started coercing sick people, just cajoling them to use it so I could see what happened. And after about 60 people got well from a lot of diseases, I thought, well, I think I'm going to sell these. So I started making them. And I used Hulda Clark's book and made my first zappers. And after about a year, I started improving them. I put the electrodes on the box because nobody will use it if you have to hold the things in your hands unless you're really suffering, because you don't think about it. But a zapper feels good when you wear it. So the way I discovered that the electrodes on the box work as well as the foot paddles are holding in your hand is I found about 20 people who had sinus infections in Seattle. And I cajoled them to put a zapper in their sock. And they all cleared up within 20 minutes. Sinus infection gone. The breathing is clear. So you know, I knew it worked. Everybody said it didn't, but I knew it did. So, and we sell more zappers than anybody because they feel good.
And
That's why.
it's more than one technology there, right? Because
All right.
if you open up the box,
Yeah.
like you see there's other things going on in here. You see there's this material. So tell us a little bit about that
Well,
and
I'm
the
gonna-
other technology in
Okay,
there.
I want to do that. This here, it's like the Volkswagen of zappers. This is what we made like 12 years ago. These are the ones we took to Africa to see if it would cure AIDS and malaria, things like that. And yeah, it did. And it's just a simple circuit. Simple circuit. This is the way I learned to make them reading Hulda Clark's book, but I just put the electrodes on the box. Okay. My wife knows how to manipulate subtle energy using gemstones. And when we got together 10 years ago, we began making orgonite and doing environmental healing, things like that. And we had it in the zapper. We found that it cured things like radiation sickness, which nothing else would touch. But orgonite evidently it neutralizes radioactive material. And that's an example. And it just works a whole lot better than a regular zapper. So we added a Mobius coil and bagnet, a lot of crystals. And so we call this is like the Volkswagen of zappers, very reliable. It'll get you there. It'll just keep going. This one is like the Cadillac of zappers, okay? And
Oh, are you going to pull out the Lamborghini now?
no, it's a Ferrari, actually. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This one, my wife developed, she put 17 gemstones on a caduceus coil. And we brought it here to test it. Well, you can't see it, but it's very pretty. And this thing is so intense, a lot of people can't really handle it. So we didn't know if we were going to sell it, but we're going to.
Can we point that
Probably-
to the camera?
yeah.
Can I
Oh,
get an
oh,
angle
yeah,
on
sure,
that on the
sure.
camera?
Yeah. Oh, here. This is my African coins here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So if we can get that into the camera right there.
This is entirely harmless. Everything we make is harmless. And the only risk of somebody using this one who's not ready to assimilate the energy is that person might have a healing crisis and he might want a refund. Then we're both unhappy. That's all.
Don, is that one? Is that zapper for sale?
What's that?
Is that zapper for sale?
Oh, this
Cadillac,
has
or
my-
I'm sorry, the
my-
Lamborghini. Oh, the Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't have any more of those, but in our website, we'll start offering them in a couple of weeks, I think. Because it worked out pretty good, so we like it, so we're going to sell it. What's that?
What's your website?
Oh, worldwithoutparasites.com.
Worldwithoutparasites.com.
Thank you so much, Don and Carol
Thank
Croft.
you,
Thank you
Carol
very
and
much
Don,
for
for
being
being
here at the event.
here. One of the things I love about these two, and Don and I have talked about this before, is this great phrase that Don put on his website. The Ark was built by amateurs, the Titanic by experts. How could something so silly as that little Volkswagen Bug with one little circuit in it do what it does? And the reason is because the Ark was built by amateurs, the Titanic by experts. It might be something simple, but very clever. If you're a caveman, that little Volkswagen Bug is really darn clever, right? We got so advanced, we look at that and go, what? That can't be it, right? It's like that. So we went past the mark. This is the whole thing about uncoding longevity and what we've been talking about all weekend. It's simple, yet very clever. And I believe that that's what these two embody together. Simple, yet very clever. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Don
Thanks for
Carol
being here
Croft.
all weekend. Thank you.
Outstanding.